Welcome back, everyone. We're covering Diego Sanchez, the nightmare against Jake Matthews, the Celtic Kid. Records, Diego Sanchez has been around forever. He's actually the longest active fighter on the UFC roster. He joined in April 2005, so he is ancient. Was he 38 or 39, Andrew? I think?
38.
He's close to 40 now. Yeah. Jake Matthews is quite young. He joined the UFC very, very early in his career. He's had around 8 or 9 fights, both around the same height, same reach, leg reach, 3-inch advantage for Jake Matthews. Similar kind of wins. Diego's had less subs, more decisions. Knockdown average is similar. A lot of these stats are similar, to be honest, except that Diego Sanchez absorbs more than he lands. However, one massive thing we have to take into consideration is Diego's fought a lot more better people than Jake Matthews has over his career, and he's had a lot more fights in the UFC. Defense about the same, but I think the main thing is some of Diego's current training routines, Andrew. I think we should show our fans just how he trains, because
Let's do it,
there's an old saying in MMA, if you can slip a knife, you can slip a punch.
Very wise words.
They are very wise words. They're the words of Diego Sanchez's current trainer, Joshua Fabia. Have a look at this, everyone. So this is Fabia chasing people around the octagon with a knife in his hand. And he's a questionable character, to say the least. What do you know about this Fabia character, Andrew?
My God. What do we know? Well, but basically, he's somehow entered into Diego Sanchez's life, apparently on a personal basis, and then through extension.
Is that the only thing he's entered? Or okay. Oh, sorry, I'll carry on.
Well, indeed. There are questions surrounding the nature of that relationship. It may well be a personal relationship that somehow extended into a professional coaching relationship. Either way, what we do know is that he's got literally no coaching experience in any combat sport. And yet here he is, chasing Diego Sanchez and other people with a knife in a cage, apparently as a means to coach them. I don't know how this has happened, but you know what I suspect, Waleed, and you can chime in on this, is I from what I've seen, I think Fabia is a very dubious character who has wormed his way into Diego Sanchez's life and manipulated him and convinced him that he somehow knows what he's doing when it comes to MMA coaching. I think he's a charlatan.
He's exactly that. From what I've seen, this could be wrong, but it's probably not, because we're right most of the time. I think he's a con man. And I think he's exploiting Diego Sanchez. I don't think Diego Sanchez is as dim as people think he is. However, I do think he has some issues and he's not all there upstairs. And this guy's come in, and I've seen footage of him showing people various chokes and then combining a ball grab with it.
What?
Saying this is how you finish.
What?
Seriously, there are videos on YouTube where he shows people chokes, and then he also instructs his students to grab their balls.
But does he not
He's gone on record as saying, sorry?
But he knows that you can't do that in the UFC.
Well, I fucking hope he knows. This is actually a very interesting interview that, what's this guy's name? This guy that talks all the time. Luke Thomas?
Yeah.
The famous, is he Canadian or American?
American.
Anyway, Luke Thomas, he chats a lot of crap, but he seems to have a lot of time in his day to cover things. He did an interview with Fabia, and he asked him, what are your credentials for MMA coaching? And he just went off on a tangent. And he said, I wasn't aware that you needed credentials for this. And I'm not sure why people are giving me so much stick.
I
So
think
that
I
kind
saw
of
that,
implies
yeah.
to me that he doesn't know what he's doing. They call him the guru, which is not a fucking good name for an MMA coach. I think he's definitely a con man. I'm assuming Diego's got some money lying around. I mean, he's been in the UFC forever now. So, I mean, fuck knows what's going on with this. All I know is the moment he entered Sanchez's life, in whichever way he entered, we don't know that. Or whatever, Sanchez's life, it's up to them. Sanchez has not looked good. And he's lost 2 or 3 fights quite badly. However, that could also be he is fucking ancient and he's taken a lot of damage.
Yeah, do you remember against Michel Pereira? Obviously, a much longer, bigger guy. Apparently, Fabia taught Diego Sanchez a really good defense, which was just to basically run around the outside with his arm out like this. And apparently that was the game plan. Just run around with your arm out like this.
Against Michel Pereira, who can fucking do a flip in the middle of the cage.
Yeah. And, Fabia was brought in as the sole corner man, offering
Christ.
no advice whatsoever. This is like Mike Perry having his girlfriend in the corner, but probably worse.
Yeah, but she's hot, so that I'm happy to look at Lattori giving him stupid instructions. Generic shit like punch him in the face.
Well, honestly,
and Mike Perry is young. That's better than what Fabia told Sanchez.
Yeah, because Diego Sanchez is believing what Fabia is telling him. Oh yeah, just do this, just do this.
Run.
Right? At least Mike Perry knows his girlfriend.
Oh shit!
Mike Perry's not going to listen to
exactly.
Lattori.
That was a stunt. He was always going to beat Mickey Gall. He didn't need a corner man for that. He's a good fighter. He's got a lot of strength. He needs someone to kind of give him a smack around the head and work on him. But anyway, coming back to this, there's actually another clip, and we will give our predictions in the end, guys. Just stay with this. This is all very interesting. There's another fight where Fabia said to Sanchez, "Be like Mike Tyson."
Oh my god!
So he sat him down on his stool, and he said, "Be like Mike Tyson." And Joe Rogan actually brought this up in one of his interviews. I can't remember who he was talking to, who was on. And Fabia saw this and said something about it in the media, kind of ridiculing Joe Rogan and saying that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He basically sat him down and he said, "Be like Mike Tyson."
This was in the middle of a fight.
Whatever the fuck that means.
In between rounds.
Between rounds, yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. But let's play like 5 more seconds of this clip so we can just see what kind of tactics this man has.
Wait, just before you do that, Waleed, this isn't the Performance Institute at the UFC, is it? So I'm looking at that Reebok branding.
I fucking hope not. It's an actual octagon, isn't it? But I don't think it's the Performance Institute.
But that's a full-sized octagon. Most gyms do not have that. And it's got the Reebok branding.
That's a very good point.
No, it is. It is. You can see the UFC.
Where?
It is. They got UFC written on the side there. This is the Performance Institute. They let this man into the Performance Institute.
No, it can't be.
It is. Just look on the left of the screen on that panel on the cage.
Yeah, but don't they have these kind of UFC octagons in other gyms that are affiliated with the UFC? So, for instance, could this be in Jackson Wink where Sanchez actually trains or used to train?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but either way, they shouldn't let him in into a reputable gym.
Yeah, I mean, if Jackson,
imagine if it's the Performance Institute.
Yeah, whoever's running this gym, if they knew this guy was running around chasing their fighters with a knife, I mean, they wouldn't let him back, surely. I mean, I'd phone the
Yeah,
police.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. But yeah, I mean, okay, so we know about his cornerman. About the fight, Andrew, Jake Matthews has not fought many good people, and the good people, or the decent people that he has fought, he's lost to.
Yeah, the only decent fighter I would say there is.
However, Sanchez is on a slide, and sorry.
Yeah, there's a bit of lag here. Yeah, I would say the only
Yeah,
person,
there's a bit of a lag.
yeah, the only person he's fought who's decent is Anthony Rocco Martin, I would say.
And he got submitted, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and Sanchez, he got fucked up by Michel Pereira until Pereira got disqualified. He lost against Michael Chiesa. Chiesa's a good fighter. He beat Mickey Gall, but Mickey Gall's shit. Craig White, that was 2018. When did this Fabia guy enter his life? Enter the training regime?
I think it was in between Mickey Gall and Michael Chiesa. That's my guess. Because against Mickey Gall and Craig White, he looked decent. He won those fights just by doing what he does. And then, yeah, he had nothing against Michael Chiesa. And then he went full retard against Michel Pereira.
You never go full retard. It's one thing you shouldn't do. Yeah, I mean, these stats aren't great. He's absorbing more than he's landing and so on. But just look at Jake Matthews. Stats are decent, but again, he's fought very shit people. A lot of these guys that he's beaten are like 1-3 and 1-4 in the UFC. Kevin Lee knocked him out. Andrew Holbrook beat him, split decision. James Vick beat him. These other guys, half of them I haven't even fucking heard of. Some of these guys are on like all losses. So this Rostam Akman, he's had 2 losses in the UFC. However, let's. I mean, this is an unusual fight, but let's get to predictions. I think Jake Matthews will win this purely because Diego's all over the place. He's old. He's taken a lot of punishment over the years. However, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. And what are the odds? The odds are like ridiculous, aren't they?
Yeah, so Jake Matthews is 1-8. So let me put that in American. Oh, Jake Matthews is a -800 favorite.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far because Diego Sanchez is very, very experienced. He's fought some real stiff competition in the UFC. He's beaten good guys, and okay, he's got a madman in his corner at the moment, but you know, as you mentioned, this kid has not really beaten anyone noteworthy.
Yeah, Jake Matthews, he seems to have decent striking. Not amazing. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So I think that there's a base level of talent there.
Yeah, definitely. You can't be 16-4 and not have that base level.
Yeah. And I say that just because he's lost to the likes of Kevin Lee, Michael Chiesa. Every time he's been given a better opponent to be tested, he's failed the test, basically. He only beats these newcomers with dodgy records. So, yeah, like you, I think Diego Sanchez, you can't completely write him out because, as you said, he's very experienced. And if he ignores, which is unlikely, but if he did ignore the advice of Joshua Fabia and his mind doesn't be completely polluted by his garbage, and he does what Diego Sanchez does best, which is just go forward and make it messy, then anything could happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, so Diego Sanchez is a +500 underdog. might be worth a speculative bet.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, yeah, it might be.
But bear in mind,
And I mean, there's no. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, bear in mind, Diego Sanchez is undersized for welterweight, so he's
Yeah,
pushing uphill in every single fight, basically.
yeah, but he's fought all over the place, hasn't he? He's fought out. What's the highest weight he's fought out?
Middleweight in the Ultimate Fighter.
Middleweight. Yeah, he's only 1 inch shorter than him. Yeah, I mean, I think Jake Matthews will win. There's no value to put him in the come. I don't think.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, how much is that really going to add? Yeah. But a speculative bet on. Oh, okay, predictions now. Let's go past the crazy cornerman guru predictions now. I think Jake Matthews will win this. I'd say a decision. He mainly does decisions via decision. However, there's no point of putting him in the come because he's such a heavy favorite. Small speculative bet on Diego Sanchez is probably wise in this case, given the amount of experience he's had, being the longest active fighter on the UFC roster. And Andrew, what are your thoughts?
I'll be honest with you, Waleed. I haven't researched this fight in depth because I've been more focused on Joshua Fabia, running around with a knife. So
just dreaming about that.
So I can't give any useful information here, other than the fact that there's no value on Jake Matthews here. He's probably going to win simply because he's quite decent. He's okay, and as you said, Diego Sanchez.
He's young.
He is young, and Diego Sanchez is all over the place. I even at these odds, I don't think it's worth backing Diego Sanchez here necessarily, just because what he did in the Michel Pereira fight and his complete lack of performance against Michael Chiesa reveals just something's gone completely wrong.
Yeah, I think this guy's really fucked him up. He is an incredibly unpredictable fighter, though. And he has been inconsistent throughout his UFC career. 1 win here, 2 wins. I mean, 1 win, 2 losses, 2 wins, 1 loss, so on and so forth. But yeah, since that guy's come into his life, and I think his age is not helping. He hasn't looked the same. But I don't know. I might put something small down on him. It's the gambler. It's the inside gambler in me. But that's the summary, guys. Jake Matthews to win. Diego Sanchez is an absolute madman. We love him. And if anyone by the name of Joshua Fabia, is that his name? Joshua Fabia. If anyone by the name of Joshua Fabia contacts you and tells you that he's an MMA coach and he wants to teach you, do not reply. Everybody have a good time. We'll probably do some more fight picks. Follow us on Instagram as well, GrappleFK_media. Take care, everybody.
Bye.